Alright, we are in Cyberpunk 2077, kind of the benchmark of games right now, and we are going to run a 5090 through the built-in benchmark here, again with all ultra settings, so psycho, high, as max as it can go. Everything is completely maxed out, and we are not utilizing any DLSS upscaling or frame generation, so this is just a complete and utter performance test raster. That's it. So let's run this and just see what happens. This is my first time running it on this particular card, so we'll see what happens. Gonna jump into it here. And it looks like the VRAM allocated is almost 18 gigabytes. We're at 30 FPS. On similar settings, this is about how well it did in Black Myth. Was the kind of middle 20s up to 30, depending on the area. But as we go through this test, just look at the power draw on this card. 600 watts, almost just, it's incredible how much power this thing is requiring to do this. It's insane to me. But again, this is a full ray trace. Every single thing is maxed out. Our VRAM allocation is at 18. So, well, 17.5, but basically 18. It's absolutely just sucking power out of my house right now. I'm shocked the lights aren't dimming. But of course it's beautiful. For it to be at 30 FPS is, based on what I've seen other cards do in this situation, it's pretty remarkable, all things considered. So let's jump back over into our settings and let's just throw on some super resolution, some DLSS. We're going to use the transformer model, of course, because it's the newest. And then DLAA, we're just going to switch that to quality DLSS. So ray reconstruction is on. We're not playing with any of this yet, no frame generation. And I do have the override set, so we'll be able to test out what 4X looks like. Gonna leave everything else alone. This game really likes to switch settings on you a lot without you catching it, so I just want to double check. And we're going to apply that, and let's run it one more time just to get that kind of baseline of how you would more than likely play this game. Most people with an NVIDIA GPU or newer GPUs in general use some sort of upscaling, especially at 4K. 4K is just still incredibly demanding, and unless you want a giant card the size of a window air conditioner, DLSS and in some cases frame gen is just the way we're going to have to do it. So that got us to 60. That's awesome. Quality DLSS on a 5090 gets you over, well, right at 60. And I wouldn't say over. It is technically over, but I like to have a little bit more cushion than that. But in that particular scene there in the bar, that is a little bit more demanding. It's got that those neon lights everywhere. We're going to jump through, go look at this puddle, get some ray tracing going on. And then as we got here, especially towards the palm trees, it tends to do a little bit better. But our VRAM allocation, DLSS will help your VRAM every time. So when you upscale, it's going to drop that down so that VRAM doesn't have to be taxed as hard. So, we're at 14 now instead of close to 18. So it does a lot, and then it allows you to have some buffer for, things like frame gen. All right, so that's absolutely a playable experience in my opinion. So let's just throw on some frame gen, and let's just do 2x and see what this does. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be really, hoping for over 100 if it's truly 2x, because we've got enough VRAM to fully utilize that frame generation. If you play a game and you turn on frame generation and it doesn't seem to do much, it's usually because there's not enough VRAM left for it to do much with. So yeah, we're over 100, so we went from 60 to, it's not quite 2x, but it's pretty damn close. As you can see there, the allocated VRAM is 14.2. I wonder if it will go up, but it is using a little bit more, close to 12 now. So yeah, I mean, this is just buttery smooth. My 4090 did do well in this game, of course, but it was kind of, you know, stretching its limits. It did not hit 60 at quality DLSS with nothing else. I mean, that's where this card is going to shine. It's going to be at 4K high refresh, especially with that frame generation. If you can hit that 60, that magical number of 60 without frame generation, you know, it's just icing on the cake at that point. So we're at 100, 112. You know, this is super usable. We're down to 560 watts, which is still insane, but, you know, it is what it is. 73 degrees there at the end on the GPU. All right, and then we're just going to skip 3x. I don't want this video to be like 10 minutes long, so we're just going to run it. This is probably how I would likely play it. I've got 144 refresh, so I would probably do this. I'll probably play quality DLSS, everything maxed out with 4x frame gen, and then I would just probably use Rivatuner or something like that to limit it to my 144 refresh, and then that way your 1% lows are just, you know, 144. It does fine. You know, we're at 204 FPS. 204 over 200 FPS here, so there's essentially no reason not to use it. It ate a little bit of VRAM, not a lot. I mean, 14.5 as opposed to, I forget what it was earlier, 14.2 or something like that. So I mean, it kind of is just free frames. You know, I mean, you can pixel peep and really get down into it and find the ghosting and all that stuff, but in the real world, man, I mean, that's just not something that I worry too much about. Since it's quality DLSS, things like that barbed wire right there still look really good. You don't have to give up a whole lot on quality, especially with DLSS 4. There's just almost no reason not to use DLSS quality or even performance now on DLSS 4. It all looks that freaking good. So yeah, that's where I'm going to stop this video. There's Cyberpunk with a 5090. If you wanted to know what it was like, yeah, it's pretty amazing. This game used to be super hard to run, and it just looks like it's a cakewalk for this card. So I'm going to stop there. Please subscribe if you got something out of this. I really, you know, trying to build a little community here. It's a brand new channel, so every subscription counts and matters, and it helps the algorithm and all that stuff. It helps get my content out to more people, and I can do more and more of these videos the more and more people subscribe, and I can use that to, you know, do more tests and kind of self-fund this thing. So every single subscription truly does matter. Have fun out there, be safe, be nice, and enjoy the rest of whatever you're doing today. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.